Alright, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Total War Saga, Thrones of Britannia. Now, last time we left off, let me just get my bearings right now. Okie dokie, so yep. Last time we left off, Athelhelm continued his hold in Ireland, as he is currently replenishing his forces, waiting for the winter to die out. Meanwhile, Alfred continued his campaign, in the northern part of our territory here, against the faction I cannot remember the name of to save my life, but against the Grantebru. Is that how you say it? Grantebru? Yes, we'll just say Grantebru. So we continue our campaign against the Grantebru, and we're currently holding off. Well, we're not holding off, but we defeated their army and are now pushing to take their territory. Our next target is Norwich. Or maybe not actually. Norwich would be a bad idea to take now. Where do we want to go? Where do we go now? They have territory down here. Ah, right, okay. They have an army here. So we're probably going to take this settlement first. Oh, that's a provincial capital. Wherever we go, it's a provincial capital. It's not great. So our war with them continues then anyway. We are quite low on money. If I remember rightly, we finished off all construction at Wiltshire. Butcher is completely done. I'm sure Somerset is too, if I can find it. There you go, Somerset. We're finishing off the construction at Somerset. Just finishing our mines and our chapels. It's in the countryside. And if I'm not mistaken, we started to look towards Dorset. Dorset here. Yeah, looks like we did. So Dorset is our main focus right now. We're looking to improve our trade above most things there. So we're going to continue on in that fashion. I assume I went through the end turn sequence, not the messages here. Yes, looks like I did. So let's end the turn, and next turn we'll be able to upgrade our pottery maker to once again provide us with some cash. A dash of cash. So Mercia is moving, looks like they're moving eastward to help us out in our war. Much appreciated, Mercia. Looks like Dyflin has besieged us, I think, is what they just did. They sent their one unit south to attack us. I'm not happy about that. Hopefully he hasn't lost territory. Settlement under siege. The settlement of Glendalough is under siege. Faction has been destroyed. Hirden has been destroyed. Trait gained. Aelfwald has gained the trait connected. Sorry. So we need to find out if we just lost a settlement here. Yes, we did. Settlement lost in Essex. So they are indeed sending the single unit down south to try and face off of us. Alfred is quite far away to be dealing with that right now. See, this is the annoying thing about this system. They can send single units out to push against your settlements, and you just can't stop them. It's a bit of an irritant. I'm not so keen on it, I will not lie, but this game is still good. I think that's the main gripe. I wish there was at least a minor garrison in these minor settlements, or that they would, you know, at least go in force. So we're going to have to march Alfred out, because no doubt they're going to march out from this settlement as well, and they have a 20 stack. Is that them? It is them. They do have a 20 stack right there. Ah, intriguing. So they're not quite out for the count as I thought they was. Right, Helm. Looks like you might be in a bit of a combat situation. Dyflin are besieging you. We don't have any backup from the nearby army, but at the same time their army is quite weak. So they have 2 units of archers. Hopefully I can get the range advantage and force them to me. That might be my goal. I'm just going to quick save it, and I'm going to fight this battle and then show you the replay as usual, if the replay works. So join me again momentarily. Alright, ladies and gents, and we are back, and here is the layout for the battle. You can see Dyflin's attacking us. The force isn't terribly strong, but the king is part of it. I do believe it's King Badur, however you say that. It doesn't really say. Yeah, so let's get started. As you can see, the formation I've opted for is quite a deep one. I've got my cavalry's at the rear flanks, my general at the back. In front of him is my Royal Hascalls, I believe they are.
The enemy approaches.
Yep, we've got our axemen in the middle, followed by our swordsmen, our spearmen out front, with our skirmishers in front of them. Now, something I didn't expect them to do was actually come to me, which is precisely what they do. As you can see from their angle, my formation doesn't look that big at all. But we start firing at them and we really start massacring them here. They start pushing forward with the skirmish line, hoping to well, skirmish with us basically, but we really cut them down. See, their numbers are just falling, some of them even retreat. Fight continues on. See arrows flying in, hitting their archers here. Absolutely annihilating them. So they decide to push forward, but they don't do it properly. Their indecisiveness really cost them in this fight. See, the entire time they're moving about, we are firing arrows after arrows, volley after volley, until they decide to actually charge us, which they do. So at this point I move my archer line back, I push my spear line forwards to hold off their advance. As you can see, they pulled back at this point, but it's fine. Our spearmen hold the front, our archers start firing over their heads, and we continue somewhat of a massacre on them. Eventually they start pushing in. Oh yeah, that's one thing they did do. They put their javelins out front in an attempt to kind of draw us out, but it doesn't work because we have a massive skirmish advantage. So eventually they just start charging forward. So our line's holding fine here. I'm not even being selective about the targets at this point, it's just they're sending units at me that I would usually use my archers to target, but at this point we have massacred a good chunk of their army at this right now. You can see all the corpses everywhere. They charge in and I start moving my units outwards. My swordsmen to the flanks here. And I send my axemen to support the centre momentarily.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units. See, they flee before our might.
There you go. Our centre's on the move. So they move to support our centre, and we move our Huskars to the flanks, as well as our cavalry. I send my cavalry out this way to deal with the skirmish cavalry here. Not entirely sure what happens here, but my cavalry end up mooching very far and wide. So they're just kiting my cavalry away there. On this flank, well, you can see our centre is going very well. We decide our cavalry out there is going to push out so we can attack any of their rear lines or fleeing units.
The battle is turning in our favour.
I move my footmen up to start flanking manoeuvres. As you can see, the battle in the centre is quite ferocious.
See, they flee before our might.
You can just see all the death in the field. Look at all them. Butchered a lot of them. So you see units are fleeing left and right.
Our general is under attack.
Our swordsmen and our axemen are pushing in against their flanks. So on both flanks. Meanwhile our archers continue to hold on. Our general has joined the fight. I sent my general to directly attack their general. I'm not entirely sure where their general is, to be honest. You can see my swordsmen are getting ready to a flank attack here. And here our cavalry are just wandering around behind them after clearing up some units that were running away. They do send a cavalry unit in of their own, but we soon dispatch them. So the fight is very much in our favour right now. And our spearmen hold very well, in fact. We killed their king. There we go. Yeah, I didn't expect them to hold out quite so well, but they did. And this is where they started to break down I mean, their units are well disciplined. They hold out for some time before fully breaking. But under superior troops with superior weaponry and armour, and under constant hail of missile fire, I don't think they can hold. And indeed they don't. See, there's some units standing around that I did make use of. These swordsmen were in combat. Nevertheless, their units are breaking. And we sent our cavalry in to mop up some units that were withdrawing. I don't know why it does this. It's going to go with a defeat again, isn't it? Yeah, a valiant defeat, despite the fact we clearly won that. So I ended the battle at the point where they started to run away. But, yeah, you can clearly see we won. All our units are pretty much intact. The unit that did the best was our archers. Really cleaned up in that battle. You can see collectively they got the most kills. Our infantry was very standard, well, very basic amount of kills, and our cavalry really got quite a little in comparison to what they usually get. But anyway, join me back on the campaign map. Alright, so we're back on the campaign map. I took the liberty of finishing off the survivors of that Dyflin army. There was only 6 units remaining. Yeah, you can see here our spearmen took heavy casualties. Well, particularly our 2nd regiment of spearmen took quite heavy damage, but the rest of us were completely fine. It was a victory. I'm going to show you over that. Let's have a look here. It should say under this tab. Oh, construction complete of a potter. Enemy siege ended. A bat report, here we go. So it was a decisive victory. I see. Right, I understand these now. This is the number of men you deployed. This is the number of men you lost. This is the number of men you killed. Yeah. That seems about right. Okay, I get that now. This makes some more sense. Second decisive victory. There you go, that's when I finished them off. Enemy killed in battle. There you go. The king. Blah 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 blah. Where is he? Oh yeah, Badr. I don't know how you say that name, but he's dead anyway. Oh, victory to Athelhelm. Meanwhile, Alfred is continuing his push south to recapture lost territory.
We will prevail. We can take them.
Yes, we can indeed. But they do have a full stack army not too far north of this position. I think we need to... We're losing troops here. Looks like we have been, actually. We need to take this village back, what am I trying to say? Recruit more soldiers, restore my army a bit, and then move on to take cities. We need to take strong points from them. So meanwhile, we're going to head to Dorset. And we're we're going to continue our construction of the pottery chain. There you go. So that should have increased our income a little bit. It really has, well. And that's it. That's all I really need to do there. We've got 2 more turns until the city is upgraded. Now, it looks like Ireland is our biggest front right now. So hopefully, yeah, this next turn the winter will end and we can push forward. Not that we really can right now, considering how weak our units are. Uh-oh, there's a 17-stack army right there. Did they take territory back from Glisson? They did. Ah. It might be worth me marching south and taking on this army here. And taking this territory back. Because you can see to the north, there isn't an army approaching, at least not that I can see. Yeah, it looks like all their forces are mainly focused in the south. God knows why. So that's what we'll do. We'll head south, take this army out, retake this territory. But that is next turn at least, because we need to recuperate some losses massively, particularly to our spearmen. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting indeed. We can establish one of these. So we've got 2 options. We can either enact gather venerable scholars, or we can enact the relieve the tithed. Minus 25% tax plus 5 public order. Or we can minus 50% construction time scribe buildings plus 75% research rate. We can't do this for another 7 turns. We can't do this for whatever reason. It's not actually telling us. Oh, it says here. Okay, so we have to unlock this one. To be honest, public order is a little bit of an issue in Essex or Seaxe and Norfolk. I mean, there's where our campaigns are going on, so that's not actually a massive concern. That's only going to get worse before it gets better. So I think I'll go for this one. Going to gather ourselves some venerable scholars. Knowledge is a gift from God and proof of His glory. The more we know, the more we can learn from this world and its ways. It is decreed. Influence -1 for Alfred. Why are we getting -1 influence? Influence. That seems a bit weird. So next turn we're going to have some research completed. It's very good indeed. And yeah, that's about it really. Next turn we'll be able to rebuild that. Okay, let's end the turn and see what research grants us. I'm hoping Mercia can help me out, well, help Alfred out with his wars, because I'm struggling more there, just sheerly because of the amount of bloody back and forth I'm having to do. Ah, they're coming to attack us again. Okay. So it looks like I'm fighting the same battle again. Near enough anyway. Have they got archers? They have got a couple. I'll fight this battle and yeah, perhaps show you the replay. I'm not sure because it's very similar to the last one I just fought. So I'll fight the battle anyway regardless. If it's interesting then I'll show it. Alright ladies and gents, the battle was very similar to the previous one. However, this time our enemy managed to successfully flank. Well, actually, to start with I used my swords instead of my spears as the front melee line. And our enemy managed to successfully flank us, hence our archers taking quite high casualties. But other than that, it went pretty much the same. And now they're defeated. Many a unit destroyed as well. Did we lose any complete units? Doesn't look like we did, no. So let's execute their prisoners. It seems that a couple of them survived to venture on. Looks like they're heading back towards their own territory now, which is good. A butterfly, isn't that glorious? Okay, so what's going on here? Rumour has it that one of your men has been distracted by his passion. Whilst appreciating beauty is a healthy trait to a man, his love is drawing him away from his sworn duties. Perhaps you should beat some sense into him before it's too late. So this is who? Who are you? Age 19. Who are you? What does it say on name? Okay. Athelwald. Loyalty -1. Influence +1. Loyalty -1 anyway. Either way gives us more loyalty -1, but this gives us an extra. We'll just leave them to it. A noble birth. So we give birth to Sunfgu. Sunfifg. Son to Athelhelm. Child to Athelhelm. Okay.
The men have trained for this.
Alfred's army is a bit wrecked and it's not even seeing much combat. So where did they bugger off to? They marched north. I think I should just focus on retaking this village.
Leave none alive.
Let's occupy that settlement. And then we can focus on regaining some supplies and support. Ah, they've gone way far north. I can see that there's a 17 stack and a 3 unit stack there. So they're probably going to focus on retaking those minor settlements that we took from them. But once Alfred has got his army back in order, which shouldn't be too long, we're going to march north and attack the city. to our immediate north. Meanwhile, technology has been researched. Now I don't know where I was up to. And I was focusing mainly on military tech. So we've finished melee, we've finished spearman, we've finished missile. We can't start siege just yet. Looks like we're focusing on cavalry units. Can't upgrade bodyguards just yet. Yeah, looks like we're focusing on cavalry units. This next bit of research will give our cavalry plus 6 melee skill. What did this one give us? 15% charge bonus. So we'll give them melee skill. It's always nice to have. Okie dokie, let's send that. Let's go here. Let's have a look. So we know how that went. Enemy killed in battle. War declaration. Looks like Dyflin has gained a new enemy. Development of horse breeding. Settlement occupied. Cool. So no settlement was lost this time. I'm going to go have a look at Dorset. How are we doing? Next turn the city will be developed and we will be looking towards food income. So yeah. Meanwhile we need to grab you, because we've got an army that can be finished off somewhere nearby. Where did they go? Ah, just there. So we can finish these guys off. And of course they ran away. So we successfully finished that army off. That's another army of Dyflin deceased. And now we need to see if we can reach... Where is the village? There it is. Yep, so we took this port town back. Fantastic. And it looks like our army really needs to rest here. We're taking heavy losses. Yeah. Also, while we're here, we need to give an estate away by the looks of it. I forgot how to do this. There we go. Estates. Estates. And Athelwold has one estate. Is it his? It is his loyalty that has gone down, so we will give him the estate back. There you go. Should rebalance things out. It has indeed. Got 8,000 to play with. We can't make any more decrees. Athelham's campaign has been quite brutal. There has been a lot of back and forth, which is a shame. I suspect he may be able to rest here for a while, but I'd rather push north if I'm honest. These guys could really do something. You know, attack, you know, the capital or something. You should have enough to do that. But whatever takes their fancy, we can leave them to it. What time are we dealing with? God, it's only been 30, mind you. It's been 35 minutes that recording's been going on. It's been much longer playing it because I've had to fight 2 battles and rewatch one of them, so I think we'll end the turn. If there's anything else we can really do. Let's have a look at which is our richest province now. Wiltshire is still the richest province, but only by a small amount. Dorset's all the way down here, so Dorset really needs to grow a bit more in order to develop its wealth, which will be happening next turn. Let's do that then. Let's end the turn. I just saw Dyflin land an army, but I'm not entirely sure where that was. Yeah, they're taking territory again. Okay. Oh, Athelhelm, what's the matter with you, my friend? Truly a lion among men. This man is a living example of others to follow. If only every one of your retinues was as strong, then all your problems would melt away like the setting sun at the end of a long day. Celebrate your heroes, or make a show of strength. Get public order bonus or unit morale bonus. Celebrate our heroes. Okay. Trait gain. Athelwold gained the trait of Oster. I don't know what that really means. And Brogred gained the trait of objective. It's good to know. So Dorset has expanded. Now the choice becomes between industry and farming, and I think I prefer farming, to be honest. So it's just a case of what building. Grange or granary? Grain pits. This gives us plus replenishment. Let's do supplies. Blah blah blah. I think we'll go for this one because we haven't built this one yet. Second again. Good grief. Alright, ladies and gents, so this video is going to be a short one because I have to go and prepare some food because we're going out and we want to have tea before we go. So I've just upgraded the mine here, so we've added a lead smelter to the mine, and that's all I'm going to do. Although I do feel I need to enact some plans because I really need to know where those the Dyflin forces landed. Why are they following me? That's weird and irritating. I have no idea where those Dyflin forces landed. none of my business. Anyway, so I'm going to end the turn here. Well, I'm going to end this part here. So join me again next time for some more Total War Saga Thrones of Britannia. And I will see you. Wait for it. Then. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.